Department, the LSU officials and members of the community, Dr. Dalisay, honorable guests, fellow writers and students, friends, kakailian, mga kababayan, magandang umaga po. It's so wonderful to see you all here, and on behalf of the board of PEN Philippines, a pleasure and honor for me to welcome everyone to the 2024 Annual Congress of PEN Philippines. In the last few months, PEN Philippines has been creating opportunities to encourage younger writers to participate in our community and conversations. We have launched and participated in several programs, including forums, panel talks, book launches in Metro Manila, in Baguio, and in Urdaneta City, Pangasinan, where we held a day-long literary forum in July in partnership with the Pan Pacific University, which centered on the topic of Pangasinan, the nation, and literature, and during which we paid homage to our colleague and PEN Philippines Vice President Santiago Villapana by exchanging thoughts emphasizing the place of Pangasinan in Philippine literature. It was also in that event that the birth centenary of national artist F. Sunil Jose was introduced. And through higher visibility events and engagements, we have been actively seeking fundraising opportunities for PEN Philippines. Thus, we thank our partners in our efforts as an organization, especially the De La Salle University, through the Bienvenido Santos Creative Writing Center and the Department of Literature, and the Jose family. Salamat po for sustaining initiatives that nurture Philippine fiction as you have shared and continue to share your home as you have shared your parents with many writers as their Manong Frankie and Manang Tessie. This year's Congress is part of our celebration of the birth centenary of Ramon Magsaysay awardee and national artist, the late Dr. Francisco Sunil Jose. So what's your favorite F. Sunil Jose novel or story? Our firstborn child, who is now in junior high school, has apparently read an F. Sunil Jose. Siyempre, tuwang-tuwa ako, kala ko hindi na niya babasahin ng mahabang kwento. I remember first encountering the name F. Sunil Jose in high school on what appeared to me to be volumes of titles arranged on shelves like sets of encyclopedia at our school library. Mr. Jose was not yet a national artist at that time, so his works must not have been a required reading then. So I only had my first F. Sunil Jose required reading in my master's, Three Filipino Women. I had the opportunity of browsing the Rosales novels in my own time in the warm, mostly sunny Filipiniana section of the UP Baguio Library, albeit mostly not completing them, for I had to go back and finish reading my Dante, Tolstoy, Conrad, or Machiavelli, or Hume for the exams. But I got to read characters and scenes familiar, very familiar to me, descriptions in the English narration that seemed not recognizable to me from my first language, Ilocano, and the many terms very Ilocano. For example, from Puon, the man responding to his staff who was wanting to be taken across the river to go see his dying father says, "If you're alone, you have to pay binting. Your horse, that's another binting. That's salapi, a man's wage for 2 days." These turns of phrases at that time served as a testament that assured me that I was in the right program, despite homesickness in the cold city, away from home in Ilocos, from which the adolescent me peeled out. F. Sunil Jose drew upon his memories of the barrio of his birth in Rosales, Pangasinan, and depicted the Ilocano and Filipino in search of identity, for freedom from oppression, and for social justice. From Kabugawan to various parts of the globe, he believed that a writer's capital is his childhood. He encouraged writers to be the eternal child aglow with awe and wonder of the world. He recognized and conveyed that a return to the past is always painful, but we must go back home to pick up the pieces to live again, as he did, and the rest makes for a significant part of the history of Philippine literature in English. Thus, for the theme of this year's Congress, we take from Sunil Jose's novel Viajero, the fictional symbolic life story of Salvador de la Raza, and extend to the many directions that Philippine fiction in our various languages and experiences has undertaken. As homage to the founder of Philippine Pen, this coming together serves to revisit the legacy of the man, or rather the Manong, who wrote the stories and believed in them, to reinterrogate his life work, his writings, for their value that benefits us. And at the same time to evaluate or reevaluate the journey of Philippine fiction to which he had immensely contributed as a prolific fictionist himself and a mentor to generations of Filipino wordsmiths and storytellers. Elsinio Losea has had his share of the healthy, most of the time intense discourse that is our intellectual public, with his contemporaries and younger writers alike, both in writing and in person, even in the latter years of his life, from which we continue to learn. Through this regathering to remember and reflect, to inform our ways of moving forward, we look into our connections with Efsun Lose's craft, to be in dialogue with each other, and reassess, rethink, rekindle ties, build new bonds in aid of addressing what Mr. Franque Jose had repeatedly essayed in his sharp, oft-challenging argumentations about why we are poor, and why we are hungry, and why we are shallow, and how we as a people are our own enemy, etc. Just a couple of years before the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Philippine Pen hosted in Manila in De La Salle the International Civil Society Program Development Workshop organized by Pen International and with a number of Pen Philippine members as workshop participants. The program development framework emphasizes on impacting change in society. Monitoring and evaluation are participatory, taking off from stories of change. Then the pandemic broke out. Who would have expected such to cause a pandemonium all over the world? Tremendous change happened in the way we live and the way we parted from many people we loved, knew, or otherwise felt connected with, even if only we had heard or read about them only in their passing because of the virus. We also experienced unprecedented challenges in our collective lives, experienced a concrete proof of what Efsun Jose called the global village. And if it's any consolation, I borrow from him, we were afforded time to remember and reflect in the months of lockdown caused by the pandemic. Now, we need neither pandemic nor pandemonium to allow ourselves time to remember and reflect collectively in person, F to F. Reflect on our work or advocacy or hobby or passion of creative writing and reading literature as individuals and as a people. And remember and celebrate our fellow writers, shapers of creativity, who have passed on to the great beyond. We remember in this gathering, especially our former colleagues in Pen Philippines who passed on recently. The legacy of the man from Rosales now binds us all again in our remembrances and reflections and celebrations of the literary works of his fellow wordsmith from Pangasinan, Santiago Villafana, who epitomizes Pangasinan connection as regard to all matters Philippine literature. Dr. Jenny Ortroste, and the role and voice and presence and energy of women in literature and all that Pen Philippines stands for. Marnie Quilates and the importance of translation in literary production and its role in upholding the basic human right to one's own language. We also remember and pay respects to former Philippine board member Dr. Ricardo Soler. So today, the first of a two-day series of events, we have prepared discussion sessions, which we hope will generate engaging exchange of ideas, sharing of experiences, critiques to contribute to ways forward for Philippine fiction. The prestigious Jose Rizal lecture will be delivered by the esteemed Dr. Jose Dalisay. We also have two panel discussions to be led by our speakers and moderators on the topics, namely Philippine fiction and FSJ, what's disconnect or disconnect, and Philippine fiction and fiction various platforms. For the Freedom World, an excerpt from Balete, an adaptation of FSJ's Novel 3 will be performed by Tanghalang Pilipino. With all this, I wish we can all pick something from what we might still need to change for the better, like the cleansing power of revolution that Jose believed in, the ultimate objective of which is justice and freedom. I hope that today will inspire us and move us towards ways that can make our Apu Daga, our land, a better place. Salamat po at magandang araw.